Hello. In this video, we're going to go over evaluating functions at different inputs. So we're going to be given this one f of x equals 3x squared minus x plus 2. And we're going to go ahead and evaluate everything being asked here. So let's go ahead and just start with number one. When I replace my f of x, so remember we have f of x is equal to 3x squared minus x plus 2. If I replace my x with a 2, all that's going to happen here is my x gets replaced with a 2. That's it. That's all we're going to do. And then we're just going to do normal math and solve it all out, right? So we know 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 3. Well, let's just do it step by step. 3 times 4 minus 2 plus 2, which will, cancel. We'll get a 0. And then we see this is just equal to 12. Perfect. Let's go ahead and move towards number 2. F of negative 2. For f of negative 2, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to plug in a negative 2. Be careful because you need to use parentheses when replacing your x value. That makes it much easier. Here we can see, well, 2 squared is still just a positive number. A negative minus a negative is actually going to become a positive. So we'll have 2 plus 2. And then we see here we're going to get 12 plus 2. Well, let's add those two because we see 2 plus 2 is 4. So 12 plus 4, we have ourselves a 16. So nice and easy for the first two. Let's move on to number 3. For number 3, we have f of a. In this situation, x is just going to be replaced with a. That's it. So that's all we're going to do. And then we can see it becomes 3a squared minus a plus 2. There's nothing else I can do to that to further simplify my problem. So that's our answer. All right, let's go ahead and do number 4. Let's maybe make this all a little smaller. All right, number 4. So for number 4, we're looking for f of negative a now. And we're going to do the same process. Plug in negative a, plug in negative a. And remember, rinse and repeat, go slow. Anything squared becomes positive. Negative times a negative is going to be a positive. And this is going to be the change for number 4 when we find f of negative a. All right. So far, so good. Now we're going to ramp it up a little bit with number 5. All right. So number 5, let's get a better color. Let's go purple. Number 5, we're looking for f of a plus 1. Now this gets a little more confusing because your x is not a number or just one letter. Instead, it's now a plus 1 entirely. So what does that mean? That means every time I see an x, I have to replace it with an a plus 1. Put it in parentheses, and that's it. That is all we have to do. Now, the annoying part is you do have to FOIL this because a plus 1 squared is a plus 1 times a plus 1. And then you would distribute this negative sign. You'll see negative a minus 1 plus 2. All right, now we're going to distribute. We see that a times a is a squared. A times 1 is a. 1 times a is a. 1 times 1 is 1. That's all we got there. Negative a. Then we can combine negative 1 plus 2 is going to be equal to plus 1. At this point, we can now distribute my 3. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let's clean up the inside of the bracket. My fault. We're going to clean up the inside of the bracket. We have a squared plus 2a plus 1 minus a plus 1. So now what we're going to do is distribute my 3 into all these terms. You may distribute up here. That is fine. However, you'll have to distribute one more time, as you can see, because we can combine like terms here. So it's easier if you combine like terms first. So let's continue. This becomes This becomes 3a squared plus 6a plus 3 minus a plus 1. Combine like terms. The a squared stick together. The a's go together. So 6a minus a is 5a. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have 3a squared plus 5a plus 4 as our answer to number 5. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Let's do number 6, please. So for number 6, we have 2 times f of a now. So this is a little more confusing because, well, I know what f of a is. I can replace f of a by, well, we've done that before, by plugging in a for x. So we know when I plug in a, we get 3a, we get a squared minus a plus 2, and it simplifies to 3a squared minus a plus 2, right? So after plugging in that a, you get this equation. Well, all number 6 is asking for is put a 2 on the outside of that and multiply that whole thing by 2, right? We'll put a parentheses around our f of a because that's what's really happening here. And then we're just going to now distribute our 2. And that's it. That's absolutely it. So 6a squared minus 2a plus 4. Now, if you're a little confused about this step, I will write it out really fast. Remember what f of a is. F of a is just replacing my x with a. And it becomes 3a squared minus a plus 2. We have just already solved for that, so I figured why not? So that point, we can put that in parentheses and put the 2 on the outside. And then we will get the same answer. So a little more confusing with that one, but still not too bad because it's pretty straightforward. Now, let's minimize everything a little bit to give ourselves some room. And we're about to complete number 7. We'll have to go to a new page to complete 8 and 9, but that is fine. We will do that. Okay, so number 7. Let's find a good color. Orange is fine. Number 7. We have f of 2a now. This one is not as confusing because our x just gets replaced with 2a. That's it. So 3 times 2a squared minus 2a plus 2. Because whatever is replacing our input becomes our input. Our x became 2a, so our x becomes 2a at every spot. Now we apply. Remember, when we have 2a squared, that is 2 squared times a squared. So we're going to have 4a squared minus 2a plus 2. We're going to continue. And we get 12a squared minus 2a plus 2. And that will be the answer to number 7. All right, let us continue and go to the next page. We are on number 8. So for number 8, we're going to do the same thing. We have f of a squared. Our input changed. X is the only thing that changed, so that's the only thing I'm going to change in my equation. 3a squared squared minus a squared plus 2. Really helps when we put those parentheses down like we have been doing this entire time. Now remember, any exponent to an exponent multiplies. So this is going to be 3a to the 4th minus a squared plus 2. And that will be the answer for number 8. Let us move on to number 9. Number 9. So this one, we're going to have f of a and squared. So what we're going to do is we have f of a, right? We're going to find f of a, and then we're going to square that entire thing. So not going to be the most fun, but we'll get through it. So first, let's find f of a. Well, f of a is just replacing my x with a. So we'll just get this guy right here. And all that happened is that guy got replaced in the inside of that bracket. So we just need to square that guy now. Now, remember, when we square polynomials or trinomials, binomials, we are really foiling and distributing. So we write it out twice and distribute 3 times for all 3 numbers. So let us do it. We have 3a squared times a squared is 9a to the fourth. 3a squared times negative a is negative 3a cubed. 3a squared times 2 is plus 6a squared. Now we have to distribute the middle term to 3 terms. So next we're going to get is negative 3a cubed, because negative a times 3a squared. Negative a times negative a is positive a squared. And then 2 times 2 is positive. Wait, sorry. Negative a, negative a times 2 is negative 2a. Then we have to distribute the last term 3 times. We get 2 times 3a squared is 6a squared. 2 times negative a is negative 2a. 2 times 2 is plus 4. That is that. And now we have to combine like terms. So I only see 1a to the fourth here. So 9a to the fourth. We're going to combine our cubes. So there's our a to the fourth. Here we have a cubed. Here we have an a cubed. So that's going to become negative 6a cubed. Next, we have to combine our a squareds. I see an a squared, an a squared, and a squared. So 6 plus 6 plus 1, we get positive 13a squared. We see, okay, easy left is we have negative 2a, which becomes minus 4a, and then just plus 4 by itself. So that is what that will combine into after we FOIL the initial one. All right, so now we are on our last one. And this one is the most applicable towards advanced mathematics because this is the beginning of the definition of a derivative. Okay, so we've done a plus 1 where x gets fully replaced by a plus 1. Here we have, sorry, let me write that a little cleaner. Here we have a plus h, and there's no numbers, it's just letters. The same thing happens. Every time I see an x, I will replace it with a plus h. That's it. Just like that. And now just be very careful, because when you see this squared, that needs to set off alarms. We need to FOIL this and rewrite it as a plus h times a plus h minus parentheses a plus h plus 2. Perfect. Now we can FOIL the inside. Remember, when we FOIL, it's first. Well, I just distribute twice, but it's first, inside, outside, last. And this is how we FOIL. So we're going to get 3 on the outside still. We'll get a squared plus ah plus h squared after FOILing that. Distribute our negative, right? Let's denote that in a different color. Distribute our negative. We see negative a minus h plus 2. All right. And then what we're going to need to do now is distribute our 3. Well, combine the inside first, actually. So we're going to get a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. Let's rewrite this a so it's a little cleaner. Beautiful. Okay, then we have a 3 on the outside minus a minus h plus 2. The last thing we need to do, and let's move everything up a little bit just so we can clearly see. Last thing we need to do is distribute and combine 3a squared plus 6ah plus 3h squared minus a minus h plus 2. We're going to combine those now. We see 3a squared plus 6h. Oh, nothing combines. That is it, because there is no like terms there, and we are good to go. Lovely. Minus a minus h plus 2. Okay, so that is how you solve those input questions given that one function and those 10 different inputs to try and solve. If you have any other questions, please just let me know and shoot me an email or mention in the comments. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great day.